Hey, aloha, how's it? This is Jeeves here, your old decomposing composer here on the Decomposer Lounge World Reaction and Reviews. Yes, I have the heavy metal rock and roll channel, almost 250,000 subs. Gee, all right. But here, obviously, you can tell by the selection of music on this channel, it's a much broader selection. Listening to music from around the world, be it, excuse me, pop culture or cultural music. And if this is your first time here, I don't do theoretical breakdowns. I do what I call the pure listener emotional breakdown. I might sprinkle a little bit of stuff in there, but anyhow, I cannot believe after all this time I have not done anything here from Hawaii. And I don't know why. I have no idea. I've been thinking about it. And then once I started to get into it, I was going, oh my goodness, who do I start with? I was thinking maybe historically, maybe start with Gabi Pa'anui or something, but I just went bing. And so here we have RAIATEA HELM and Kauoha. Let me see, how do I'm not really that, after all these years, I'm still, so it's Kauoha Mai, I believe is the name of the song here. I also want to thank High Sessions here on YouTube. Has been a very big part of getting Hawaii's music out there. So, let me get my headset. Let's get this going. Anyhow, I want to thank you in advance for your support. Those of you who know, any commercials that run do not support the channel. So if you'd like to buy a cup of coffee, that's great. It helps what I do with the kids here in Hawaii as a hospital entertainer and a soon-to-be touring entertainer here through the Hawaiian Islands, hopefully with Malama Ike Kaya Malama Aina, which means to take care of the land, take care of the water with, you can see Ikaika Mano Man Shark and Makoa Honu. So I have some fun things coming up there, but it's all nonprofit. So if you'd like to support that, links are down below. All right, let's do this. This is RAIATEA HELM, Kauoha Mai. Kauoha Mai. There's no Okina there. I don't know. Mahalo for your patience. I'm not Hawaiian. All right, let's do this. All right. I got to stop somewhere, obviously. But first of all, this arrangement is so well done. The instrument arrangements and everything. Something that I think the world is used to is when you think of music from Hawaii, it's these beautiful tones, very positive. The chord changes are very always uplifting, major chords and sevenths and stuff like that. But in this case, one of the secrets about the music here in Hawaii is that there's a very progressive base of composers and arrangers that have really wrapped their arms around taking Hawaiian music, which is not sterilized in a pop culture way of composition, and moving it forward by adding these very unique elements into the song composition. First of all, RAIATEA HELM's got one of the most beautiful, buttery voices ever. For those of you who are for the first time listening to this, Hawaiian music, that yodel into the falsetto is kind of a staple in the Hawaiian music scene. Culture goes all the way back. I mean, we're talking way back days. It's nothing It's nothing new. And she's absolute master at that. I can see a friend of mine, you saw me go, look, that's my buddy Zanuck Lindsay that's playing guitar. And that doesn't surprise me, and it wouldn't surprise me if he did the arrangements with these musicians. Something I want to point out really quick, though, amongst all of this, two things I want to say. First, the engineering is smoking. Whoever does the engineering for high sessions, whether it's a series of people, guys and gals and whatever, have always been super spot on. Record at the spot, record at the scene, and most likely, I'm not too sure, take it back to a studio and mix it and stuff. Sounds phenomenal. But where's the little secret sauce for me is, the steel guitar, which is kind of like a stereotypical kind of sound, if you would, to visitors from around the world. You think of the steel guitar sound. Listen to the movements in the background. How beautifully busy he is, but it's brought back in the mix just enough where it's not obviously intrusive to the performance. But listen to the beautiful movement of the steel string. And then of course that was a great solo with the ukulele. I thought that was really super badass. And anyhow, I'm just gonna keep going. I'm not gonna say anything for the rest of the video, and I'll close up and stuff like this. But this is fairly recently, actually. This is only about 6 or 8 months ago, and this is one of the, like I said, one of the beautiful secrets about the music here in Hawaii is this kind of progressive, and it's not just traditional Hawaiian music that's moving, that they're moving, the goalposts forward. Also, a lot of the other types of music here in Hawaii, I'll be covering. I'll bring up some of those points too. So anyhow, that was a very long stop. I apologize. So I'm going to shut up and we'll just keep going. She has such an amazing voice, and that's another thing here in Hawaii that because it's a style of music that never, how do I say this? It never succumbed to the global push of getting beyond, for a marketing purpose, the core of the abilities to sound as absolutely as amazing as they did. They were not forced to put trap metal or other types of arrangements in it to keep up with something. It is purely and core music of Hawaii, and in of itself, it is its own, if you would, market. It's never had to flex really hard, though it definitely deserved to have been thrust up in more of the world and cultural music recognition, if you would, of the last, or let's just say pop culture music industry. This type of music is just so powerful, and it comes from here, and it's something that I think what I want to do is I'm gonna interview somebody. I got to find somebody. I want to interview and talk about the music and the richness of the music and everything. But because you can see I'm yammering on because I could listen to this all day long and not listen to anything. And I'm talking about also from old school to where we are right now. The bass players here in Hawaii some of the most talented I've ever heard. And there's not a passiveness in any bass playing whatsoever, meaning like just following lines. There's always phrases and these turnarounds that are just so warm, and they're of the essence of the bottom, because in general, except for the situations like this, there aren't necessarily drums in a very large amount of Hawaiian music, cultural Hawaiian music. Therefore, the whole bottom is being held by the bass player. And as I go forward with this on my channel, I'm going to really keep focusing on the fact that the bass playing that really keeps the bottom together and interesting, while these beautiful melodies are just soaring. You can see I'm just kind of gushing over it, because music from Hawaii has been a part of me ever since itty bit days. Oh, we like to say Hanabata days. And to have the opportunity to do this here for me is just, I'm grateful, I pinch myself. But once again, I just want to close by saying that if you enjoyed this, the link down below is going to be for the high sessions and this video, and I'll add an extra link for RAIATEA HELM, whether it's on Apple or Spotify or something, and make sure you give her some love, or look up her channel and stuff, and subscribe or whatever. Anyhow, I'm just goobering over this. It just makes me feel good. It's such a great way to kind of reset my day today, because I started it off this morning with a heavy metal for my channel, my other channel. This brought me down with my coffee. I'm going, hey, sup? All right, guys, thank you for hanging out. I really appreciate it. Take care. Have a wonderful day. Aloha.